Hey guys, Moose here. Welcome to my review of Reigns. I highly recommend this game for a wide variety of reasons, which I will get into in this review. Reigns is a very simple game for PC, Android, and iOS, where you encounter event after event and make a simple binary choice between one of two alternatives. Each choice impacts one or more of your four stats of the game, which are Power of the Church, Power of the People, Power of the Army, and the Treasury. Your goal is to keep those four stats in relative balance, and if any of them reach the min or the max, you lose the game. As far as pros go, this is a brilliantly designed game. I've been working on making a few mobile games as a hobby, just something to do in my free time, and I'm actually angry that I didn't come up with the control scheme that this game has. It's a great decision, it's great design, they built the game around it expertly. They don't let it limit the choices you can make. There are choices that effectively are much more than two options, but they built it into a system where at any point the user is only ever going to have to make one of two options. They only have two things that they can do on the screen, and that's exactly the way it should be. In a lot of other mobile games, you try and fumble around trying to poke one of the 3 pixels available for a button that you need to hit to continue the game, and it's frustrating. This is perfect. It's exactly what it should be. It does a superb job. The gameplay itself is also great, giving you a very wide range of events, some of which, like I said, are multi-step, and they can take you on tangents where you do something like, for example, go into a dungeon. But I'm not going to ruin too much of that, because I want you to be able to experience that for yourself in the game. It's excellent. I highly recommend playing it, as I said before. And the last reason I recommend it is it's $3. It's $3 freaking dollars. It costs almost nothing. I can't think of, well, I'm going to get into the cons, and maybe that's a reason, but I can't think of any reason not to buy this game. It's incredibly cheap, very well designed. Anyway, I'll stop gushing for a second, get on to the cons. So, for the cons, there's not too much I can even think of, honestly. It's just a very tight, well-designed game, but there is one thing that they maybe should have done differently. You can get status effects in the game where you experience an event and it causes something to happen, and some of those will impact one of your stats over time. And when I say over time, I don't mean over the number of decisions you made, I mean literally over time. So if you sit there just holding your phone, letting the game run, you will lose the game. Because, for example, your money might be going up, and then it hits the max and you just lose. And I think that's a really bad choice for a mobile game, because in a mobile game, I feel pretty strongly that you want the user to control the pacing. You don't want to take it out of their hands, because if you take it out of their hands, you can put them in bad situations, because mobile games, really, the way they're normally played, in my opinion, is they're very similar to magazines at the doctor's office, right? You just use it as filler for when you don't have anything else to do. Some people are very irresponsible, and to them that means doing it at the red light while they're driving. But, you know, if you're sitting on the bus, you got a few minutes to spare at work where you're on break or something, situations like that, that's where mobile games get played, in my opinion. And if you take the flow, the pacing out of control away from the user, it puts them in a position where they're just doing this as a filler, and if their attention gets pulled away for something else that's more important than they need to do in the short term, now you've screwed up the game for them. And I think that's a bad decision, but it's a relatively minor one that is probably mitigated by just hitting the home button and navigating away from the game when you are on your phone. So that is a significant issue, I think, but it's a pretty minor one, and it doesn't affect the game all the time. It's just an event that you can have sometimes, so I would hardly consider that a reason not to pick up the game. So, in conclusion, the bottom line, there's no reason not to. You should get this game. Everyone should get this game. It's great fun, and it costs almost nothing. Like I said, this is some of the best value I've ever gotten for a game. I highly, highly recommend it. Thanks for watching. I hope my perspective helps you make an informed purchase. Take care.